Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. Going to do a quick video. I apologize, it's been a couple of days, but I am doing my regular 9 to 5 gig. Well, it's not really 9 to 5, but it's long hours, it's needless to say. But just want to do a quick update. One, let's update the spreadsheet as to what we're getting. Two, we'll talk about this in just a moment. Give me 1 second here. Let's get over to my... There we go. All right, so today, just so everybody knows, there was a 300K pig deposit into the treasury. There's also 300K worth of pigs burned. There obviously is the piggy bank coming out on Tuesday. With that being said, there has been a little bit of a demand in regards to price. There was a huge spike when it was initially talked about. There was an AMA, it went from 313 to 371, came down a little bit when all the stuff was happening with crypto and stock market on international stuff. But I'm happy to say that as of this morning, as of this evening, the 25th, let's refresh this. It was just about back to where it was previously. So let's get a quick update on the price here. 371.93, not bad. 371.93. So it actually did bounce back appropriate. That would have been a nice little swing trade if people were able to do it. So dogs looks like it's 58.39. So the good news with that is this deflationary peg here does seem to be doing its job, which is stabilizing this price, and it's actually started creeping up a bit. Some of that may be related to the decreased emissions. Some of it may be people in preparation of trying to get ready for the pigpen when it comes out, or I'm sorry, piggy bank when it comes out. So let's do a quick refresher over here. Let's do a quick refresh over here while that's going. Home page 4107.113. 4107, what was it? Oh man, I forgot. 4107.113. All right, up. Obviously, that's going to be obviously because there's a $300 or $300,000 deposit on there, but I'm okay with it. Anytime it goes up, we know that that'll sometimes play a part in this. Huge thing we need to worry, or not worry about, but we're interested about is look at the trade volume these last 3 days since the AMA. Increasing each day. That, as we know, feeds 3% directly into this on buys and sells and trades off of the taxes themselves. Let's see where we're at right now. Daily. Oh, it must have just reset. I bet you I missed the mark, but that's okay. 1921.955. 1921.955. So obviously down. That's okay. I would imagine I probably missed it as this is kind of rolling through and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not worried about that. Let's jump over here. How many pigs we have now? Let's copy this. Boom, threw that right there. Let's see what our lockup is, because as we know, that's pretty dang important. Now, this has been going down slowly. About the same. So 83%, 83 yesterday, 83.14 today. That did drop this down. A lot of that is based on this, unfortunately, this particular. The one thing I have noticed, and I'm not sure if this was on purpose or not, but obviously we really want this treasury to be big because that 3% of day out of that treasury is going to be gigantic. We know pigs feeds this. We know dogs feeds this. We know deposits on the platform feeds this. But so far, the bigger influencing factor on this particular value of the pigs per dog, BUSD per pig per day, is heavily predicated on this trading volume. Every time this trading volume was up, these values went up as well. This was even going down each day, and these were still going up simply because this trade volume was going up. So that's really interesting. Now, granted, this did dip down just a little bit, but I honestly think this trade volume is huge for this overall value, at least in the meantime. As this treasury goes up, that's going to be, I think, the bigger factor. All right, real quick, let's see how many pig holders we got. 73.45. That's a huge on trade. 73.45. Biggest increase as of today. Look at that, 381 new users. That's the biggest increase. And again, obviously, or at least not obviously, but what I would assume is simply because they're getting ready for that piggy bank that's going to be coming out here. So let's take a look at dogs. We saw the dogs price stabilize a bit. So I'm kind of curious to see, is there more people locking up? Is there more people using it? So it was a little bit more of a lockup on there, which is good. So that might be indicating why some of those, that dog price went up. Let's see how many users, 7711, that actually went up. So that also is going to explain why that pig price went up. That's the almost biggest increase since this initiated. So obviously it stands to reason. Decrease of the dog emission. Obviously the supply is less out there. People who want to come on have to buy off the market, which there's less going out from the emissions. More people came in, 135 more people came in, started buying up dogs, locked up a little bit more of it. Hence, the price of dogs has gone up. So not too bad. The same thing goes with pigs. Emissions is on deflationary at the moment, so less pigs going out. Looks like we had just under 4,000 produced. Still locking up about 83% of the supply. Some of that went down, I would imagine, because people are pairing it up with the BUSD in regards to the piggy bank. I did a previous video on what we know about the piggy bank, actually a couple of videos if you want to check it out. But the good news is we keep having this increase right here. This is what we want: users, users, users. And look at these values today. Excellent, excellent value. So the other thing I wanted to show you, just to try and keep this video short, is going to be my tentative plan here going into the piggy bank. It comes out on Tuesday. He hasn't released the official white paper yet, but we do know some information. We know the longer you lock up, the bigger the bonus. We also know that the lockup takes away the principal, but you in essence earn bonus on top of dividends during that lockup period that you can actually compound in. So you can compound that value, giving you a final payout at the end of the stake. And then based on that, you can either keep it there without relocking it, earning 3% on that value that you've earned through the entirety of the stake, or you can restake it, or you can pull it out and sell it and split it up. So I did a tentative Excel spreadsheet here that I'm going to keep track of it on, and this is my initial plan. Is I'm going to do one for a 2 year. I haven't decided. I put 500 on there arbitrarily. I'm going to do another one for 1 year. The maximum is 5 years. I've debated doing 5 years, but I think I'm sticking with 2 year and 1 year for now. And I'll kind of tell you why in a minute. The other thing I was going to do, so I'm going to do on the first week, so week 1, I'm going to do 3 deposits, one for a 2 year, one for a 1 year, one for 2 months, 1,500. That's kind of my initial idea. I might change these values. And then every Monday, so week 2 on Monday, I'm going to put another one in for 2 months. Week 3 on a Monday, I'm going to try and keep it on a Monday. Another one, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. So the reason I'm going to do this is I kind of had an interesting thought after I was listening to one of Forex's AMAs, and basically said you can set these up because you can do multiple stakes per wallet. So I thought if I do one, and I wanted a decent amount of time to at least garner some compounding effort as well as some bonus. So 1 week is the minimum. I feel like the bonus won't be significant on a 1 week, although it still might be something. My thought is if I do a 2 month, and this is kind of the sweet spot that at least my mind is at ease with. If I do a 2 month and I do one every week for 2 months, when this guy comes free, so after 2 months, and I find out what the final payment's going to be, in the payout total, and that's actually the same thing. Delete. So when I find out what the final payout's going to be on that, get how much I want to withdraw, whether it be 0, recompounded, or whatever I want to do. And then I'm going to get how much I want to relock. And what I'm going to do, so if you notice, this guy here, this week 1, I'm going to relock by the time this one is done in 2 months' time. I'm going to relock here into week 9, and then so forth. So week 2 is going to relock into week 10. Week 3 will relock into week 11. And really what I'm trying to achieve is a decent amount of bonus with a decent amount of time that I can compound, that I'm not locking up indefinitely. That's what these long ones are going to be here for big bonuses. But every week, I'm going to try and set myself up so every week I am getting a payout from this system here. And every week, depending on where the pig price value is and those types of things, I can then start withdrawing if that bonus. So for instance, if I end up taking week 1, taking its final payout, withdrawing nothing, slamming that back into week 9, in essence compounding it with another 2 month bonus and compounding, I may get a final payout of, 2,000. We're just going to make up a number here. And so what that can potentially do is I can now then either take 1,000 profit at that, move 1,000 into 2 months from there. Oops, sorry, I just turned on. And now I've actually doubled what I put in initially, moved it to a new 2-month, and start that process all over again. So every week I'm going to be getting a release. I'll be staking one and releasing one every week. So that's my thought process. That's what I'm kind of hoping to do. I'm playing with numbers right now. So that's kind of my thought process. Let me know what you guys think. I'll end the video here. I was hoping to do a video on the white paper. It hasn't been released yet. Today is Friday, so we still have Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the white paper. Hopefully he gets it out this weekend. That way we can dig into it a little bit more. He did mention earlier that there will be on the earlier in the chat today, he mentioned that there's going to be on the web page, I believe it's going to tell you what your final payout will be. So this should hopefully be really easy to kind of generate these numbers. That way I can also know how much I'm going to be, what I'm going to be anticipating here, so I can start thinking ahead of what I actually want to withdraw versus what I want to relock. Okay. All right. Hope that made sense. Hope you guys are having a good night. Drop any comments in the video below. Like and subscribe. Spread the word if you haven't already. Hopefully you can get some more people into Piggy Bank and checking out my videos and such. All right, guys. Have a good night.